Welcome to our live training session number 33, part 2. In this video, we're going to get our engine fired up and tune our idle and part throttle areas of operation for both fuel and spark timing. We're going to take a look at both using the open loop method and the closed loop method for our fuel control. We're also going to take a look at dialing in our fuel injection timing table so that we can make sure we have the most optimal point of spraying the fuel into our engine. We're going to have a lot to cover, so let's jump into our live training session so we can get started. Welcome back to our live training session with our Mitsubishi Evo 8. In the last video, we created our base calibration file to get our engine fired up and running. We took into account the specific details for the vehicle we're working with, so the ID 1050X injectors, the fail-safe input from the meth controller, the high-low toggle switch, the wideband we've wired in. So all the things that are specific to this car, we've set up and configured, as well as prepping our fuel table and our spark timing tables for our tuning process. So this video, we're going to be focusing on doing our idle and part throttle fuel and ignition timing tuning. We're going to be doing a sensor check, and we're going to be going over our basic sensor data, making sure that all the things we configure are going to be wired right and are going to be working right, and our sensors are going to be reading correct before we do any actual tuning. This is super important. So right now my vehicle is off. I'm not connected. I'm actually going to key on the vehicle right now. So I'm going to turn the key on. I can hear the fuel pumps priming. What I'm going to do in this case, since I'm in offline mode, I'm actually going to go here to ECU controls. I can go to connect to ECU. You can also toggle F3. So if I go to F3 mode here, we should be online. It just showed ECU connected. So now we're actually online with our link box. So if we go in here to our tuning, into our runtime values, this will give us an overview of all the different parameters we have going on with our link. So anything that we have for inputs or outputs or a status, we can find out right here. You can also toggle this with F12. So if you don't want to go here to the tuning into the runtime values, you could alternatively go to toggling F12. So right now what we want to do is go in and check the configuration for both for all the sensors, but specifically, let's take a look at our additional inputs that we've wired in, specifically our switched inputs. So we can see right now our digital 7 meth failsafe is showing active. Now it's showing active because I have the AM meth tank in the back actually empty. So this is what it will do if it shows a low level condition. I wanted to simulate that before I began to make sure the wiring was correct, which it is. So once we get this fired up and I jump out to do the timing check in a little bit here, I'll go put meth into the actual bottle, and we will come back in here and make sure that it goes to the non-active status so that it's not going to be going into those 4D fuel and ignition timing tables and doing any kind of compensation. Now we also have here our digital 8 input here. This is supposed to be our high-low switch. It looks like it has a value label here, R. Right now it's showing active. If I go to my switch, I have it available right here, and I go and turn it off, we can see it goes into the off status. So now it's going to be on, now it's going to be off. So our switch is wired correctly. So that's going to be set up properly, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's actually go in here to some of our other parameters and take a look. If we actually jump into our other statuses here, if we can do, that's what we have available in our list here. Under general, this might be good. So general will be good. We can see our statuses of the parameters that we need to monitor right now. So we can see engine speed 0, the engine's off, it's not running. The map pressure showing 100 kPa. Now this is important because we are at key on engine off status, and we should always see the map sensor reading approximately 100 kPa or 0 psi. That's going to be referencing our atmospheric pressure. Once we get it running, this is going to be a negative value. So we might find it goes down to negative 40 or negative 60, depending on what your kind of vacuum engine is going to pull. And then a boost, it's going to be positive. We don't want to see this being anything but 100 kPa on key on engine off. The only exception to this is if you're at elevation. You're going to find this is going to be reading at a lower value. Right now I'm about 600 to 700 feet of elevation at my shop location, so I'm approximately sea level, and we're going to be seeing that the map sensor here. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.